We need Osimhen. We need Osimhen. We need experience. We need someone who knows how to score. We need someone who can come and show these young strikers at Man United how to do it. If I'm Man United, I'm making it happen.
For me, like I said it, and I've always said it, this is a player that wins you trophy. This is a player that puts you in the top 4. This is a player that is reliable. He will get you goals. I don't want to see him at PSG. I don't want to see him at Manchester United. I don't want to see him at Arsenal. He's tailor-made for us. A player who supported us growing up.
Yeah.
His idol, Didier Drogba. How many times am I going to say this? He bleeds blue. He wants to play for us. We have to get him.
So what team did you support growing up? Barca. Barca. And was it because of just, tiki-taka, beautiful football, or did you have a special player that you like?
I think I really love Messi a lot. I really love Messi a lot.
All right. So now that Victor Osimhen's season is pretty much wrapped up with the league title and Turkish Cup in the bag, I think it's now fair game to talk about his future. Of course, we have heard about so many different clubs when it comes to destinations for Victor Osimhen, but the one I want to talk about right now is the one he is in right now. Galatasaray, of course, they made the shock move for Victor Osimhen. The Europe transfer window, for the most part, was closed by then, and they make the loan move for Victor Osimhen. He's there for a whole season. Real success over there. At the end of this season, he'll be returning to Napoli, and the question is, should he stay at Galatasaray? We've heard so many different reports about Galatasaray trying to make that happen. You've seen the fans out there with the banners saying Victor Osimhen stay with the club. Fans personally have told him to stay with the club. You see the guy he was dancing with told him to stay with the club or asked him to stay with the club. So the love is out there. And we're going to be talking about it in this video. Before we get into it though, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm going to start with the reasons why I feel like Victor Osimhen should stay at Galatasaray. First, the love. There's so much love on and off the field. When he's on the pitch, the support is out there. When he's off the pitch, you see the support, you see the love. He's basically a rock star out there. Even in commercials and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's kind of hard to replicate. Not saying that it's not going to happen somewhere else or it didn't happen somewhere else. We saw the love in Napoli, which was kind of close to this also. But this is pretty real, and it'll be tough. So that right there is also a reason you might want to stay, because you just want to be where you're loved, and they really love them out there. Number 2 is continuity. You just don't want to be moving up and down. You've just came on here on a loan from Napoli. You were in Italy last year, and now you're in Turkey. You don't want to go somewhere else. England, yes, England is a top destination, but I mean, that would be a third country in 3 years. So you might want to just continue staying where you are and build at where you are. That's another reason and I'm coming with. Then you got the teammates. The teammates are real cool with Victor Osimhen. They love him, all of them. It's not like one corner that's like, oh, we love Victor Osimhen, and the other one they're like, oh, this guy's the top guy. Nah, everybody believes he's the man of the team. They play for him. They play like him. You see the toughness that he brings. They kind of have taken that on as a team. You kind of see the team mirroring Victor Osimhen. So I feel like the teammates, that would be tough to leave these teammates. These guys have really shown to be guys that are all for Victor Osimhen, and it's kind of hard to get, because you look at when he went to Napoli, it was tough. Before they won that league title, you see issues with teammates. There was an issue where he wanted to take a penalty. The teammate didn't want him to take the penalty, even though he had taken penalties previously and scored already. That type of situation, and the passing of the ball, let's keep it real, they were not passing him the ball like they should have at Napoli. You barely saw him take a shot outside the box at Napoli, because they're only trying to give him the ball to tap it in. So yeah, these teammates are all about him. You see from the start they're playing for him to the finish. So that'll be tough to replicate. Not saying that you can't get it somewhere else, but Yeah, that'll be tough. Then, when it comes to the Turkish league, I feel like next season will be the toughest season in the Turkish league in a while. And it's not even close. I'm telling you, next season is going to be on fire. Galatasaray, yes, you've won your third straight title, but there's a man called Jose Mourinho that did not like the pie in his face this season. He's going to come back stronger. Fenerbahce, they're going to come back stronger. Besiktas with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they're going to come back stronger. You saw them at the ending of the season. They beat Galatasaray and Fenerbahce at the ending of the season. So this season right here coming up is going to be tough. Trabzonspor, Besiktas, these teams are going to be loading up for next season. I'm telling y'all, this will be, not this season, but next one will be the toughest Turkish Super League ever. One of, at least. It will be a real tough season. Everybody will be in it competing. So you don't want to miss that if you don't have to. Then you have the following he has. That's another reason I feel like you don't have to leave Galatasaray. You already have a following. It's not like you got to go somewhere for people to be able to see you or for people to care about you. We watch Victor Osimhen every match. Every match. I've not missed a Galatasaray match this season. It's not going to happen. Victor Osimhen's playing. So, and I know a lot of people that are like that. They never cared about the Turkish league. You got people who've been on record saying how horrible the Turkish league is, and now they're all on the Turkish league. They're watching every single match Victor Osimhen plays. Then you also want to watch Fenerbahce because you want to see what the ops are doing. Besiktas, you want to see what they're doing also. So you're watching more Turkish Super League than you ever in your life did. And that's because of Victor Osimhen. And I don't think staying there next season is going to change that. I think it's going to be even more fans that will be like, you know what? All these people are watching Victor Osimhen. Let me go see what this is about. Then you go see it. And it's crazy. The fans are crazy. I mean, you think England is crazy. These people are wild out there. You're going to love it. You're going to see the hype in the stands. You're going to see how they play. It's a good brand of football. And I feel like that's going to happen wherever Victor Osimhen is. That's just what comes with him. Even if he goes to Saudi Arabia, you see, people don't really watch Saudi Arabia outside of Ronaldo. Even though you got all these top players, Benzema, Kante, you got Ziyech, Mahrez, all these top players out there, but you don't really see people watching those games. But you get Victor Osimhen out there, we're gonna watch those games. So that's another reason I feel like you don't have to go, because you got people who are going to watch you no matter where you at. So why leave if you don't have to? Then we got to go from the good to the bad. You can't have the good without the bad. So these are some reasons why, yeah, you should consider leaving. First is how much would they actually be able to improve if they pay 75 million euros for Victor Osimhen plus his salary? How much would they be able to really improve this team? And to be honest, I feel like the team is pretty good right now, but you do have to fortify certain positions. You do have to improve in certain positions, no matter how well you feel about these players, no matter how proud of them you are that they won the league title and the cup double. I mean, you still have to try to improve. You're playing in the Champions League. Then you go to the Champions League, and that's another reason. There's no Champions League security for the Turkish Super League. Even the champions, you look at Galatasaray. Victor Osimhen joined them. They were in the Champions League. They just had to get past one team in qualifiers, and they couldn't get that done. But then you're asking, why do the champions of Turkey have to go through qualifiers? That's the big question right there, and that's still the way it is. So would you want to stay there and take the risk of not being in the Champions League next season? Because it's a possibility, even though you can say, yes, Galatasaray is such a great team. They can beat anybody. I believe you. They beat the champions of the Europa League in Tottenham. So I believe that. But at the same time, anything can happen. You saw how they fell apart midway through the season, and they just somehow, some way got themselves together later on to win the league and the cup. It was looking tough then. So you does that moment happen at the beginning of the season where it's more likely to happen, where people kind of struggle to get into things and you then miss out of the Champions League again, have to play in the Europa League? I don't know. That's not the best right there for Victor Osimhen. So that's another reason why I would say, hey, look, you might need to consider getting out of there. Then the perceived level of the league, how people look at the league. Yes, you look at the league as a top league. I look at it as a competitive league. But on the outside, especially in the media, a lot of people see the Turkish league as not one of the best leagues in Europe. And no matter how well you perform out there, people are going to always try to scrutinize your performances by saying, hey, he's doing it in Turkey, he's not doing it in England, Spain, or Germany, or anything like that. So yeah, you got to consider that, how people will view the player, how the footballing world will view the player if he continues to stay in Turkey. Then number 4 is, I gotta say it, how real is the love? Not saying from the fans, I'm saying from the club itself. How real is the love? Because there was a lot of love for Hakim Ziyech. He had to leave on loan after calling out the coach and things like that. Then you talk about my guy, Wilfried Zaha. He had to leave. He's in the USA right now. And that's a player that was doing real well for Galatasaray. So would you move on again? I mean, would you try to get another top player that you feel is a more top player than Victor Osimhen? Because you did do it to Ziyech and Zaha. So, I mean, it can happen to Victor Osimhen. That's the question right there. Is the love real? Do you really feel like this is a player you can build around? Or do you just see a player at the moment that is loved by the fans and you're trying to take advantage of that? That's a real question right there. And I got to put it out. I mean, like I said, I feel like the love is genuine from the fans. I don't see anything to feel like, hey, these people are just faking it. Even with Zaha and Ziyech, you can go on their posts on social media and you still see Galatasaray fans showing them love. So that love is real. I don't think that love is fake any bit. But from the club, when it comes to people who make decisions based on making money, I don't know about all that. This is a business at the end of the day. So I feel like you got to also put that in your mind if you're Victor Osimhen. Yeah, the love is good, it's nice, but this is a business. You got to do what is best for you as a player and you as a brand. But let me know your thoughts in this one. I'll see you in the comment section. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.